Hi guys, this is Storybook ASMR and it's me Julia. So today I want to read my story to you. So as you've seen, I have written it down in my notebook so I can read it to you. And before I start, I just wanted to say that first of all, I am not a native English speaker. So if you hear some mistakes or like whatever mistakes you can hear, I apologize for that. I tried my best, but it's kind of difficult to write in a different language rather than your own. So if my books or my stories will go public, of course I'll hire a special person to get rid of these mistakes, but for now I'm just sharing this story with you. And also about this story, so this story is a part of the universe I'm working on. I'm working on a book, on a novel. I think it's going to be a series of books, like I think 3 books. And now I'm like working on creating all those characters, the universe, and like all the details, so it all makes sense. And while doing that, I am writing some stories about those characters, and just to understand them a little bit more, like when you let your creativity flow and the characters kind of growing themselves and they're showing you their personalities, etc. I know it sounds weird, but so I kind of started writing some stories about them, about the events that happened before the actual book. So I hope that you like the characters. I hope you like the story. It's not very long, and just I would love to hear some comments, or even if you notice some mistakes, like some word misuse or anything, so you just let me know. I would really appreciate it. And also, just if you want to say something about this story, so please do in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so let's start, right? Okay. So the story is called Love. It looked like he had planned it. A little bit nervous. Okay. Love. It looked like he had planned it in advance. All his movements were organized and well thought. No panic, no rush. I was standing in the corner of the room, leaning towards the wall. I was watching him pull out the top drawer of the big desk and give a little smile. He was so beautiful. He knew that the only copy of his father's last will was in the study room, and I realized that he found it. He cast a quick glance on a body in the armchair near the desk. The person in the armchair didn't care anymore. You could tell that he cared during the last seconds of his life because his face was still full of shock. I wonder if he knew, holding his little baby boy for the first time in his arms, that 21 years later his son's eyes full of hate would be the last thing he would see before his death. A knife sticking out of his chest was glittering from a candle. I couldn't take my eyes off of it for a while till I heard a triumphant shout. James was standing by the open safe that was hidden in one of the bookcases. He had to slouch a little to get the papers from the safe. He glanced over them, then he put them in a leather briefcase that was lying on the desk. He also pulled out several bundles of banknotes from the safe and put them in a briefcase. He froze for a second and looked around the room. There was a big black and white photo on the shelf of one of the bookcases. It was a photo of a woman sitting on the swing with a book in her hands. She was looking at the camera, but she wasn't smiling. She looked a bit sad and pensive. James focused on the photo for a couple of moments, and then he looked at me. The look in his eyes warmed. He came up to the shelf, took the photo abruptly, and also put it in his briefcase. He came back to the desk and dropped the candlestick with the burning candle that was standing there. The pile of papers on the desk lit up immediately. My legs were not holding me anymore, so I slid down to the floor. "Liana," he said suddenly, and he stepped closer to me. He got on his knees, put his briefcase aside, and took my trembling hands. "Do you love me, Liana?" I was looking at him. I could see his dark eyes, his straight narrow nose, his beautiful red lips and pale skin. The flame behind his back was flaring up. It felt like I had so many thoughts in my head, and no thoughts at all at the same time. "Liana, let me ask you one more time." I heard the detective's voice as if from afar, and it brought me back to reality. "While you were waiting for your fiancé outside, have you seen what happened in his father's house? Do you have any idea why it caught fire?" I squeezed the paper cup with coffee I was holding in my hands and felt how it's burning my skin. I looked up at the detective and said quietly, "No." I hope you enjoyed it. So, thank you so much. It was fun. And have a good